Good afternoon to all the attendees and also to our guest and today's speaker, Dr. Maiti. And before going to introduce Dr. Maiti, who is today's speaker, I would briefly like to mention few things about this platform where we are organizing this webinar. And our institute, JIS Institute of Advanced Studies and Research, and which is organizing a webinar series 2020. And as a part of that, today we are organizing a exciting webinar topic on bio-waste materials for future smart electronics. And I would like to also mention few more things about few more things as that our institute JIS ISR Kolkata, and which is right now is a very newborn institute, and it is under the JIS group. And this institute have at the moment 3 departments: Center for Data Science, Center for Health Science and Technology, and Center for Interdisciplinary Science. And all these departments are working enormously to provide few postgraduate courses. And as you can see in the screen, the postgraduate course in computers, MTech course in computer science and engineering with specialization in data science, as well as MTech course in computer science and engineering with specialization in machine learning. Other than that, also we have MTech course in sensor technology and IoT, as well as MTech course in bioinformatics. Besides those, we have 2 more master MSc course. That one is the MSc in Polymer Science and Technology with specialization in paint and coating, as well as MSc in Medical Biotechnology and Bioinformatics. With all those courses, we started our journey from the last year, and we are going to, aspiring, we are going to hire the aspiring student for our purpose, and who are aspiring student, they can communicate with our admission section for their all the courses. And next, I would also briefly mention about, I would like to briefly mention about the today's topic, and also about the speaker, Dr. Sandip Maiti, who will going to deliver a talk on bio-waste materials for future smart electronics. And Dr. Sandip Maiti is currently holding a position at Pohang University of Science and Technology at South Korea. I mean, he's basically he's a very senior scientist. And before that, he was he did his masters from Vidyasagar University. Of course, it is situated in, from Midnapur. And after that, he did his PhD from IIT Kharagpur. And then he went to South Korea and Pohang University of Science and Technology, where he was doing postdoctoral researcher, and currently he is a senior scientist there. And the important thing what I would like to mention about that, his research interest is mainly belongs to the piezo and triboelectric based ultra sensitive smart sensor. And other than that, he also works on bio and non-bio based piezoelectric nano generator, which is very important for green energy harvesting. As well as he is also working on development or fabrication of various smartphone or portable smartphone based or portable devices or electronic devices for e-healthcare monitoring, in vivo biomedical application purposes also. And other than that, also he have expertise in the synthesis of smart and nanomaterials for multifunctional application and advanced application of for materials of polymer chemistry. And also currently he also started work on water splitting based fuel cell, which is necessary for energy storage application. And I don't want to mention about his publication because there is a lots of publication under his name, and he also have lots of patent, book chapter, and everything. But one thing I would like to mention about that, few of his research, not only few, a lot more of his research was highlighted in the news, and that one I would like to show you a glimpse. Possibly later, Dr. Maiti will show the more details about that. But what I would like to show you a glimpse that his research in the last few years, I mean, was highlighted in several news paper as well as in the scientific journals, as well as you can see here, as well as also possibly, I mean, you don't know whether you guys also heard about this kind of news, and all those credit goes to Dr. Maiti. So right now I don't want to extend this introduction for more long, and right now I would like to, I mean, hand over this talk to Dr. Maiti. Dr. Maiti, it is all over to you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone, and many thanks to Dr. Shubhankar Singh for giving me opportunity to discuss my research work in front of everyone. And I am also very much thankful to JIS Institute of Advanced Studies and Research, Kolkata, for their wonderful initiation. First of all, my deepest thanks to all country people who are directly and indirectly fighting against COVID-19 to make the country safe and healthy. A big salute to everyone. Now I am going to discuss about my research topic, bio-waste material-based piezoelectric nanogenerator and its potential application in future smart electronics. Before going to discuss my research work, I want to discuss about piezoelectricity and piezoelectric material briefly. What is the piezoelectric material and what is the piezoelectricity? This is just nothing, it is the conversion of mechanical energy into electrical energy. When you apply the mechanical pressure on the material, that mechanical energy is converted to electrical energy. At the same time, if we apply the electrical field on the material, then mechanical stress or strain happen. That is called converse piezoelectric effect. This phenomena was first time found by Curie brothers in quartz crystal in 1880. After that, many materials has been effectively established and synthesized as effective piezoelectric material. Lighter is the common example of piezoelectricity. Here, when we apply the mechanical pressure by hand tapping on the piezoelectric element, that sparking happen and that ignite the gas. Now, what you think? Every material is piezoelectric. When you apply the mechanical pressure on the material, it can generate electricity? No, that not happen for all materials, because piezoelectric material has some unique property. First of all, piezoelectric material is non-centrosomatic in nature. Also, the piezoelectric material will show both effect, means direct piezoelectric effect and converse piezoelectric effect. And another important point is piezoelectric material show polar property, and also at the same time it will show piezoelectric coefficient. This is the fundamental property of piezoelectric material, that material can give piezoelectricity when you apply the mechanical pressure on the material. This is the common example of piezoelectric material, crystalline material. Many materials already successfully discovered and found piezoelectricity and synthesized also. Some ceramic materials, lead-free piezoceramics, even semiconductor materials and polymer materials also showing piezoelectricity when you apply the mechanical pressure on the materials. Some bio-based materials also provided the piezoelectricity. Japanese scientist Professor Fukuda first time found piezoelectricity in bone and teeth. After that, protein-based material, cellulose-based material has effectively produced piezoelectricity when apply the mechanical pressure on the material. What is the piezoelectric nanogenerator? Piezoelectric nanogenerator is nothing when you prepare device with piezoelectric material, that is called piezoelectric nanogenerator device. This is a simple schematic view of the piezoelectric nanogenerator. There is a piezoelectric material in between the two electrodes. You can use any kind of electrode like silver, gold, platinum, even copper, aluminum for your electrode, and you can make a simple piezoelectric nanogenerator device. And why it is called nanogenerator? Professor Zhongling Wang first time introduced the term nanogenerator because initially this device delivered output voltage in nanowatt level. That's why Professor Zhongling Wang, the pioneer of this field, put the term nanogenerator as an effective piezoelectric nanogenerator device. I will show here some brief history of piezoelectric nanogenerator. Initially, in 2006, when piezoelectric nanogenerator device was prepared, that time this device delivered output voltage around 9 millivolt. This is very low. But at present, this device has ability to power up, deliver output voltage more than 200 volt. Even current is in milliampere level and power in milliwatt to watt level. There is a huge success of this energy harvesting technology. So that's why people are thinking it could be used in commercial purpose very soon. So which factor influence the piezoelectricity for piezoelectric material? So after successful research, scientists found that many factors has directly and indirectly effect on piezoelectricity, like different piezoelectric matrices, like different surface morphology, chemical doping, changing device substrate, and composite film materials. So all systems can directly and indirectly influence the output values of the piezoelectric nanogenerator devices. That's why we have achieved output voltage in more than 200 volt and current in milliampere in present situation. That's why people are thinking, scientists are thinking that could be the huge potential application in near future for commercial purpose. Why piezoelectric nanogenerator become more interesting in current times? What is the key factor? Why scientists are too much focusing in this energy harvesting area? As I told earlier, here mechanical energy is converted to electrical energy. The mechanical energy are available in our surroundings in different forms like ocean waves, raindrop, human activities, wind flow, even sound wave frequency effectively participate as a mechanical energy, and that could be converted to electrical energy using this energy harvesting technology. And this mechanical energy all are available in our surroundings many times in any conditions. That's why scientists are too much devoted to convert this mechanical energy to electrical energy using this energy harvesting technology. That's why this energy harvesting technology becomes too much important in current times. What is the application or area of the piezoelectric nanogenerator? In which application area piezoelectric nanogenerator can work? Piezoelectric nanogenerator can work in various potential applications like medical sensor, energy harvesting, tactile sensor, resonators, actuators. Because when we apply the mechanical pressure on the device, it can generate the signal. That means it could be used for touch sensor, or it could be used for pressure sensor application also. Also, the size of the device is very teeny size. Thus, it could be used for in-flow biomedical application as an active power source. And since mechanical energy is continuous process, so it could give power continuously. So that's why this piezoelectric nanogenerator harvesting area becomes an all-in-one package. It can harvest energy from any kind of mechanical source, and it could be used for any potential application. Now I am going to discuss my research work. Basically, I will focus here bio-waste based piezoelectric nanogenerator. For that purpose, I have designed I will discuss here 4 research topics. One is onion skin based piezoelectric nanogenerator, one is spider silk based piezoelectric nanogenerator, an egg cell based piezoelectric nanogenerator harvester, and vitamin based piezoelectric nanogenerator harvester, and bio-waste material based PNG and PNG devices. Then what is the advantage of bio-waste piezoelectric? Why we have chosen bio-waste for our energy harvesting devices? Because Biowaste is naturally huge abundance. That's why without any cost or without any investment, we can collect huge amount of biowaste and that could be reused for energy harvesting application. That's why we have focused on bio-waste based piezoelectric nanogenerator. And another important point is this biowaste is completely biodegradable and biocompatible in nature. So after finishing the lifetime of the device, if we throw outside after certain time, it automatically degrades. So it does not harm the environment or any animals or humans. So that is another beauty of this bio-waste based PNGs. Then, because of biodegradable nature, we can design a bio-based piezoelectric nanogenerator device. Then it could be used for in vivo biomedical application as an effective biosensor. That is another beauty of this bio-based piezoelectric nanogenerator. And another important point is the pollution effect. Since it is completely biodegradable, so it does not create any pollution in the society. Because of these 4 reasons, we have choose bio-waste materials to design our devices. Characteristics we have done to explore the device potentiality and their structural morphology. For that purpose, we have did piezoelectric and output characterization techniques, piezoelectric coefficient measurement, structural and morphological and thermal characterization, dielectric properties, and MATLAB for computational study. Now I am going to discuss about onion skin based piezoelectric nanogenerator. This work is published in the high impact journal Nano Energy, and this work is highlighted in various national and international newspapers. Why we have chosen onion skin for our study? As I told earlier, cellulose is effective piezoelectric material, and cellulose is available in plant materials. Our onion skin are hugely available in our house, also outside the house. So that's why it is a natural source we can take without any investment. We can, or without any cost, we can use this onion skin for our purpose. That's why we thought it is a cellulose material, so it could be used for design effective piezoelectric nanogenerator. Further, plant materials are much more usefulness than living creature in both handling and supply. Then no need to take any permission from any authorities, government authorities or any scientific authority to use the onion skin. Or more importantly, it is a completely biodegradable material. That's why we have considered onion skin for our device design. So this is a cellular structure inside the onion skin. They are strongly associated through intra or intramolecular hydrogen bonding interaction with each other. With a simple fabrication step of the device, we have just this the onion skin. We have take the onion skin and cut into 4 size without any chemical or surface treatment. We have used the onion skin to fabricate the device. Here we have used gold, sputtering gold as a effective electrode, and this is the final device we have made. After that, structural and morphological investigation we have studied by FTIR, XRD, and ECM and AFM analysis. The cell analysis confirmed that this microfiber structure. Then we have studied various output values of the device. When we apply the mechanical pressure on the device, a single device, this is the single device performance. When we apply the mechanical pressure on the device, it is generated output voltage, and this is the current value. Output voltage around 18 volt output voltage were achieved, and current is 166 nanoampere. And more interestingly, energy conversion efficiency is quite high. This is 62%. When we connected multiple number of devices in parallel connection or in series connection, in parallel connection, we can increase the output voltage or output current as per our requirement. If you make a smart mat using these devices, then when we run or when we walk on this mat, we can harvest huge amount of energy, and that could be stored by capacitor or battery for future application like charging mobiles, charging computers, etc. So this device has huge potential application in future market. That's why so it is concluded that This device also has ability to power up various green, blue, and red LEDs when we apply the mechanical pressure. So it is a good potential use of onion skin based piezoelectric nano generator. Now we have checked different sensitivity under various body motion activities when we walk on the device, when we bending the device, or when we attach with the wrist and wrist movement, we are getting output signal in every cases. That means it has high sensitivity under various mechanical activity. Further, when we attach the device with the box and speaker during sound frequency, it can absorb and it can generate the electricity. Also, when we attach with the work fan during the fan movement, it also giving the output voltage. That means as an effective acoustic energy harvester, effective wind energy harvester, this onion skin based piezoelectric generator can be used. So this is our beauty of this work. Now, ultra sensitivity of the device we have checked by attaching our device with the throat. You can see here during coughing, during swallowing pass, even when we talk different words, in every cases we have achieved output signals with output signal. That means this device is very much sensitive and it could be used as an active pressure sensor or touch sensor application. Also, voice recognition or in vivo biomedical application with proper design, it could be used. So this is another beauty of this work. So finally, many people think then if we apply the mechanical pressure, then onion skin can be broken, then output performance will lose immediately. But not happen in that case. After 5 months, even after 1 year also we check, the output voltage almost will have achieved same. That means the durability of the device is not for a long time application, it could be used in this device. So this is the another beauty of this work. So what is the importance of this work? Here, large ton-scale onion skin would be recycled for green energy harvesting. Further, because of the biodegradable nature, it could be used to design biomedical application as well as to design bioelectronics application. This work is already filed for Indian patent, and this is a filing number. So in concluded, this is nothing is useless. So we can be reused our biowaste material for potential energy harvesting application. Now I am coming to discuss about the spider cell based piezoelectric nanogenerator. Why we have chosen the spider cell? This work is also published in Nano Energy, and this work is also highlighted in various national and international newspapers. Why we have chosen spider cell? Spider cell has remarkable protein structure, and protein is very much effective for piezoelectricity. Also, it has outstanding mechanical property. As you know all, the spider silk are nowadays using to make the bulletproof jacket because of outstanding mechanical property. Further, it is a biodegradable and biocompatible in nature. That's why we have considered spider silk for our study. This is the fabrication step. We have collected the spider silk from our native place, and finally we have designed this type of device. This is called SSBPNG, spider silk based biopiezoelectric nanogenerator. The structural and morphological investigation we have studied by XRD, FTIR, and ACM analysis. The ACM analysis confirmed the fiber type structure, and XRD analysis confirmed its crystalline property. Further, we have checked the piezo response force microscopy analysis to know the spider cell is piezoelectric or not. And interestingly, the spider cell provided vertical piezoelectric coefficient. This is around 0.36 picometer per volt. And this is the first time we have reported the vertical piezoelectric coefficient for spider cell. This is our great success from our group. The schematic interaction in between there is alpha helix and beta sheet structure is there. You can see here in XRD alpha helix and beta sheet all are structure in there in protein sequence structure. They are strongly associated through intra and intermolecular hydrogen bonding interaction, and that is the region behind the piezoelectricity. The alpha helix is the major region for achieving piezoelectricity from spider silk. Similarly, we have checked here output values for spider cell based piezoelectric nanogenerator. And here we have prepared 1D type SSBPNG that could be used for wearable textile application. Here energy conversion efficiency of the device is around 66%. For real-life potential application, we have checked many output values. This device has ability to power up many LEDs, calculator or mobile screen, even speaker. When apply the mechanical pressure, this energy we can store in capacitor, and this capacitor has ability to power up this kind of calculator, mobile screen, and speaker. So that means it could be used for real-life potential application. Further, various biomechanical activities we have studied by just attaching the device with throat, and interestingly, in every cases we have get good signal. That means for info biomedical application, with this device could be used. So what is the importance of this work? First time we have reported the piezoelectric coefficient, particle piezoelectric coefficient for spider cell, and it definitely opened a new window in piezoelectric science. This work is also filed for Indian patent, and this is the application number. Now I am coming to discuss about XL based piezoelectric nanogenerator. XL is the pool of collagen-based material. That's why we have considered XL membrane for designing piezoelectric nanogenerator. This is the different collagen material. Protein sequence structure is there in collagen. This work is published Materials Today Energy. The simple device fabrication technique. After everybody are throwing egg after preparing the omelette, and this is the XL membrane. We can collect XL from the XL membrane from the XL, and then finally we make the device. This type of device we have made, and structural and morphological investigation we have carried out by XRD here like previous study. And similarly, output performance we have also studied, and in this case we have achieved energy conversion efficiency is too high, 63%, and output voltage we have achieved 26.4 volt. So that's concluded that this device also very much active to provide electricity, huge amount of electricity, and could be useful for future potential application. Similarly, we have checked here various biomechanical activities. When we attach with our hand, doing hand movement, wrist movement, in every cases we have achieved output voltage. We make movement, point falling, in every cases we have output signal. That means it has very much sensitive, and it could be used as an active sensor. It could be pressure sensor and touch sensor application. Based on this work, we have received one invited review article from Advanced Energy Material. The review title is Nature Driven Biopiezoelectric and Triboelectric Nanogenerator as the Next Generation Green Energy Harvester for Smart and Pollution Free Society. So this is our cover image for the journal, and the broad message of this review article is that with a huge amount of nature-driven biowaste material can be reused for energy harvesting application. Because of the biodegradable nature, it could be used. This device could be used to develop the in vivo or in vitro biomedical science. Electronics waste is the big headache in current times. So design the device by electronics gadget using biowaste-based material, then we can overcome the electronics waste to save the world from this electronic waste. So this is the broad message we have highlighted in this review article. Now I am going to discuss about vitamin-assisted PVDF-based piezoelectric nanogenerator. This work is also published in Nano Energy paper. Here, PVDF is piezoelectric material. PVDF is 3 different phase: alpha phase, beta phase, and gamma phase. And vitamin is not a piezoelectric material. Vitamin is beta phase stabilizer. Generally, beta phase is most responsible to enhance the piezoelectricity or enhance the output performance of the device. If beta phase stabilization is more, then output voltage will be, the output performance of the device will be more. So here vitamin is used as an effective beta phase stabilizer. This is the simple fabrication techniques we have used. Vitamin and PVDA mixed together as a composite system, and finally we have made this kind of device for all kind of electrical application. And morphological analysis we have carried out by ECM analysis and FTI or XRD study we have done to know the beta phase stabilization happens or not. And in every cases we have proved the beta phase stabilization is effectively done by in presence of vitamin. Then here also we check the output performance per device, and output performance we have achieved here is quite high because it is not the bio-based material. That's why we have achieved high output voltage in that case. And our voltage is around 62 volt and current is 12.2 microampere. But power density also quite high, 9.3 milliwatt per centimeter cube. Also, we have checked this device's ability to power up LEDs, calculator, smartphone, and hand watcher. That means this device has huge potential for future energy harvesting application. Sensitivity of the device also we have checked, just attaching with the device on throat or on arterial pulse. In every cases we have achieved significant output signal. Or interestingly, when we drive the car on the device, then device produced around 80 volt. That means it is quite high. Then if you design a smart road, and then when car will pass, it can generate the output voltage, and that voltage can be stored by capacitor or battery for future application purpose like charging of the mobile, charging of, or night time we can use this power for lightening the road lamp. So that is the beauty of this work. Further, for acoustic sensing application or wind energy harvesting application, we have attached the device with the speaker or with the wall fan. In every cases, we have achieved significant output signal. That means this device effectively used as a acoustic energy harvester and wind energy harvester application. So based on this application, we have designed a smart road using this device. This is schematically drawn. This yellow portion is our device. When car will pass or when rain will drop on the device, or from the car horn, from noise pollution, even wind flow, from every cases we can harvest the energy using this device. So for multi-purpose application, this device is very much fruitful. So I think, in my opinion, it could be useful for near future potential application. So, but many purpose it can be used, but still piezoelectric nanotubes has some challenge. Like although many works are done on this energy harvesting area and achieve output power from nanowatt to watt level, this is a remarkable success in few years, but still it is a big challenge for its commercial success. So, but scientists believe in hope one day it will be one of the major energy harvesting source in real life, and everybody can harvest their own electricity just by body movements. So in summary, nature-driven bio-waste materials have been reused for energy harvesting technology, and this would be bold step against electronics waste in near future. The design bio-waste-based biodegradable PNG would be very much applicable in biomedical application. So we have designed like this kind of device for biomedical application or for sensor and robotic application. We can design this kind of device, and it could be used for biomedical application like big beam simulation, healthcare monitoring, even sensing application. We can use this kind of device in near future. So this is my research highlights. This work is highlighted in various newspapers, nationally and internationally. So this is my research history. So I am very much thankful to this poor guy. He is my supervisor, postdoc supervisor, Professor Jinkon King, and he is my PhD supervisor, Professor Bhanujan Katwa. And I am very much thankful to Dr. Sumanta Kumar Karan. Without his help, it was not possible. Also, she is my life partner, Dr. Kapali Manti. She also doing postdoc here in Postec. This is my publication, review article and book chapter and patent. Many thanks for listening to me. Hope this energy harvesting field definitely attract many young scientists, and I am sure they will keep their signature in this field very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Maiti. Thank you for a brief but very interesting and nice presentation. And Dr. Maiti, can you stop the screen sharing?
Okay.
Okay, fine. Now, picture comes a little bit enlarged. Okay. So it was really a very interesting talk because it's a kind of new type of field, where we can very easily generate electricity or power, right? By using some kind of materials. But this kind of topics would be very interesting for future application purpose. I guess. And importantly, I think I can see in the bottom there is a huge amount of question answer and comments and everything. So I will talk with you about this one later, but before that, first let's see what is the question or from our attendees. Okay, I guess you can also see the question answer, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. So first question, I can see that it was from Dr. Pulokesh Aich, and his question is that biodegradable materials have a lifetime and then it degrades. If the nano generators is made of biodegradable material, then it will also have a limited life. How do you balance this?
Yes, there is huge amount of bio-waste material. So every system has some lifetime. So if you use bio-waste material or if you don't use bio-waste material, every electronics material has some lifetime. After a certain time, it automatically waste, its lifetime will finish. So the bio-waste material is huge amount available in our surroundings. If its lifetime is over after 1 year or 2 years, then we can again make another device for particular application. So that's why I think it is not a big issue for balancing.
Okay, that's fine. And then comes the next question. Actually, was from Nobin Kumar. He asks that what would be the lifetime of onion skin based PGN device? As I think PGN means piezoelectric nanogenerator, right?
Yes.
Yeah. PGN device, as it means onion skin may decompose after some time. Similar, very same question. But the previous, attendee, he also asked, Dr. Pulokesh Aich, he was also asked the very similar type of question.
Actually, we have made the device for energy harvesting application. Even after 5 months, even after 1 year, we have checked the output values of the device is almost even same. That means after that we do not measure the output performance from this device. So actually I don't know how long time it will work, but it will work for a long time, means 1 year also, I think so. After that we do not check.
And then Soumen Das, he also makes a question that what ranges of power generation comes as a final outcome using this piezoelectricity process?
What ranges of power generation comes as a final outcome using the piezoelectric process?
He's asking that how much amount of the power it can be possible to generate
for our system or for the overall system. Actually, power it comes in milliwatt level. So for milliwatt level.
I see. It is sufficient for that kind of application what you already shown in your presentation, right? That much.
Now in our case we get microwatt level for our purpose.
I see.
But vitamin based system we have achieved in milliwatt level power, but it depends on the nature of the material.
I see.
So which system he is telling, I don't understand. But recently, we can achieve the overall piezoelectric materials. They provided the power in milliwatt level.
I see. And then somebody makes also some comment that very nice presentation. Subhasis Roy memes. Narasimha Rao, he also makes nice presentation, and then he makes a question. What are the differences between the piezoelectric nanogenerator and triboelectric nanogenerator? Oh, this is a basic question, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
can you explain it a little bit? I mean, I just would like to mention that most of our attendees are, I mean, postgraduate students. So, if you can make, I mean, elaborate this kind of basic questions, then it will be good for them, because a nano generator, piezoelectric and triboelectric, what is their difference and basic principle? I mean, you can a little bit elaborate this one.
Piezoelectric nanogenerator, generally we use the piezoelectric materials that has the ability to show piezoelectricity. So using this material, we can make a device that is called the piezoelectric nanogenerator. But triboelectric nanogenerator case, there is two different triboelectric series is there. Positive series and positive triboelectric series and negative triboelectric series. When we prepare the nanogenerator, that kind of material we have to use to fabricate the device. Otherwise, we cannot get the triboelectricity. Maybe you can get my point.
Possibly, maybe if the, I mean, undergraduate student,
The mechanism system is totally different.
yeah, I mean, what I would like to mention also, that if the undergraduate student, they would like to know more about this. I mean, if they are interested, they can also follow some publication. I mean, your review article, what you already mentioned, those kind of review article, it will be very nice for the beginners. I mean, to, I mean, get some knowledge on, basic knowledge on those kind of stuffs, right? And then there is another question from Subhasis Roy. How did you measure the amount of pressure applied in the device to calculate efficiency?
Actually, we have applied the pressure by hand punching, and there is one equation, you know, mgh equal to half mv square. From that equation, we have calculated the pressure of the hand punching, whatever we applied on the device. After that, there is, you can see here. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
This is the applied pressure you have calculated. Can you see in slide?
Yeah.
This is the applied pressure you have calculated by this way. Then energy conversion we have calculated using the equation.
Yes, yes.
So now I cannot explain properly.
So, I mean, it is very difficult to, I mean, explain at the moment. I mean, all, I mean, the stuffs, parameters. I mean, yeah, a little bit, I mean, basic stuff, but there is a kind of, I mean, already which can be used for this purpose, right?
Yes, yes. This is the energy conversion equation. From this equation, we have calculated the energy, and the still energy conversion efficiency of the piezoelectric case is still under not process. Not there is not definite energy conversion group or definite energy conversion equation.
Okay, I am coming to the next question. That one is by Narasimha Rao. Is it possible to combine energy harvesting, energy storage, and applicability to sensor? I mean, he is mentioning that to develop a sensor, or to, I mean, can you use those kind of stuffs, energy harvesting, energy storage, and finally, I mean, applicability of those kind of stuffs to a sensor? Is it possible?
Piezoelectric nanogenerator itself as a sensor. If you just touch on the device,
I mean, it is a pressure sensor, right?
It is a pressure sensor. It could be used as a touch
right.
sensor. Application purpose, you can be used.
Yeah.
So when you attach with a door, something signal can, when your thief will come and attach with the door. If you initially make a piezoelectric material on the door, then you can get a signal, inside signal. So it's a piezoelectric sensor. So it is not a only energy harvester.
Then comes the next question by Rakesh Mahato. He mentioned that, sir, can zinc oxide nanoparticle use as bio PNG, means piezoelectric nanogenerator. Zinc oxide is not a biomaterial, right? I mean, anyway,
Material. So you
I
can
mean,
use zinc oxide for to design the bio PNG because it is not biodegradable material but biocompatible material. You can use zinc oxide.
I see. And is any size dependency of nanogenerator particle which is used in bio PNG purpose? Is there any size? Is the metal?
Actually, vertical orientation of the nano size zinc oxide effectively play big role to harvest energy. The vertical orientation is too much important for zinc oxide.
Yes.
Zinc oxide nanoparticle.
Okay, then comes the next question from Chandan De. Dr. Chandan De, he makes the question is that how many maximum cycle you have studied? How much is cost of other stuff like making the device except the onion, etc.? Say gold electrodes. This is actually, I mean, first one is okay. I mean, is a some basic question. I mean, that one is the how many cycle you have done. I mean, during experiment. That one is fine.
You can see here. This is the durability test we have taken here. More than 1800 second we have beat. So every cases we have been here 5,000 or 12,000 to here also 18,000. Durability test you can take cycle. Long cycle we have test or check the durability and how much is cost of the other stuff like making the device except the onion etc. All are collected from the nature. So it is not onion skin, spider silk, XL membrane we have collected from the as a biased material and gold electrode we have spattered on the lab. You can use also alumina tape or copper tape as a effective electrode. I think it's not too much costly.
Okay, then I mean we have lots of questions still now. I mean to give the answer. So anyway, I mean I'm moving to the next question by Somen Das. Conversion from waste part into electricity, is it will be stored in cell, and in that case, how it takes place? I mean,
Actually, this energy conversion we can store in capacitor or battery, but capacitor we have stored. We have already shown here. You can see we can charge capacitor here, but we do not use for supercapacitor or battery to store our energy. So in that case, how it takes place? So it will be stored in cell. So in cell we do not use, only capacitor we have charged, not supercapacitor also.
Okay, then is the next question from Dr. Prasenjit Saha. Actually, he is the assistant professor from our institute, JS Institute of Advanced Studies and Research. He first says thank you to Dr. Maiti for nice presentation. And then he have another question is that what are the potential industries that could provide a job opportunity for the students or researchers? Actually, that is also my question. Little bit different way. That question is that I would like to know what is the possibility or prospect of this field in India. You know the scenario in India. In that case, we have to also think about some kind of new energy source or renewable energy source or something like that. In that case, how much the scenario in India, how much it is compatible with this kind of field?
Actually, we have achieved power now milliwatt level. So power is the most important factor to make it commercial purpose. But after getting milliwatt level, by watt level is minimum necessary for its commercial application. Although research is doing very well, but its commercial success is very challenging still now. So in our country, I don't know it is possible or not in near future, but if we make a collaboration with any company, then we can try for a commercial application.
Your those materials what you already prepared, those very interesting works. Those are already you have patented those work, right? Those kind of work, you are thinking about for commercialization or next part, I mean, step at the moment, or?
We already filed for patent, but we already make some work with this device
I see.
with IIT Kharagpur,
I see.
but still work in collaboration in underground stage. I don't
see.
know when it will be successful.
Okay, it will take time. That's true. It takes
yes.
time. Thank you. And then is the Prasanjit, I mean, oh, he also specifies that, I mean, next comment, he already specified that job opportunity regarding piezo electronic research. I mean, what about the research facilities? I mean, in India, how many, I mean, research groups they are working on this field? Or if I mean, a little, I mean, move away my side from the industry to the research field, how many research group is there in India at the moment? Very
Just
few.
couple of years ago, there is maybe 2 to 3 groups work, not many, 3 to 4 groups work on this field. Now,
and but in what about the in outside, I mean, of India? I mean, you know much better right now. You spend a long time outside of India, right?
Let me finish. Initially, just few years ago in India, there is maybe 3 to 4 groups work on this field. But in India, maybe it is goes to 100. More than 100 people are working on this field. Because this is a new area and most challenging area. That's why many people who are working previously on supercapacitor or any other field, energy related field, they also are introducing as a piezoelectric nanogenerator, and they also combine piezoelectric nanogenerator with supercapacitor to increase the efficiency or increase the power of the device. So outside scenery, say in South Korea, many labs are doing this kind of work. In China also, many labs are working in this area. But in USA or Europe, this is little less compared to China and Korea.
I see. And then next question is from Dr. Borun Dhada. He asks that only centrosemitic materials can show PE. PE means piezoelectric. Right? Is there any dependent PE, and how did you identify the direction?
Actually, non-centrosymmetric material will show the piezoelectricity. That is the basic criteria of piezoelectric, because still now no centrosymmetric material show the piezoelectricity, and we generally basically used for known material for our purpose. And for spider silk application, there we have checked the piezo force microscopic analysis to know the vertical orientation of the direction. When D33 direction we have checked by the piezo force microscopy analysis. So piezo force microscopy analysis is the main tool to know the direction, if it is vertical or it is horizontal.
And then there is another last question. That one is that at what level this device is in commercially viable as of date? And that one I already asked you, right?
Still it is under process. Hope so it will come very soon in market.
I see. And other than that also, there is lots of, I mean, comments, and I would like to see that one. Or chat box, there is also some question. I mean, lots of, I mean, guys who is known, I mean, who is familiar with your work, they already made a questions, I mean, comments. I can see lots of guys like Suman Khan and Shauman Dotto. They are possibly, seems they are, I mean, known to your research field. So other than Sevilla Saritha, Rakesh Mahato, all says thank you, sir, for your great lecture. Very informative and interesting talk. Thank you, Dr. Maiti. Those are the comments from Naveen Kumar and Zen. Then there is one, Shuman Khan made one question here, that some biomaterials may develop complicated interaction with host with the materials or vice versa. So some materials can cause local or systemic response. What are your current experience with your device?
Develop complicated interaction with host with materials or vice versa. Some materials can cause local or systemic response. What are your current expansion techniques that you get each point?
I mean,
Which interaction computer with host?
I mean, here what he would like to mention that the some biomaterials they are, I mean, shows complicated interaction. Possibly, I mean, this person is a little bit from the biological background. That's why he is thinking about the, I mean, host guest interaction or something like that. In case of the biomaterials, what happened, I mean, in biology, and those kind of, I mean, interaction. I mean, what are the current experience in your case? Do you have this kind of problem or something? You face this kind of, I mean,
Actually,
experience?
we have focused on nano energy harvesting application. When we apply the mechanical pressure on the material, we can
I see.
observe it will give the signal or not. So
I see.
another interaction we cannot measure.
I see. I see.
Which kind of interaction I did not get from your question, but another interaction we did not measure.
And also Dr. Puloki's Aich, he also make another comment. A series of cells can make the weightage larger, right? I mean, he mentioned. I mean,
When
I
it
mean,
connecting series connection, it can increase the output voltage, and in parallel connection, it can increase the output current.
no, he's talking about the weightage possibly. I mean,
Voltage is watt or
now wattage larger. Oh, right. I read it a little long way, right? Yeah, is what current. Okay. And then another comment, I mean, that thank you for the nice presentation. And then I would also one last, I mean, question I would like to know from you. I mean, in this research, it was very, I mean, nice and application oriented or translational research. And what I realized, and those kind of translation research actually is the motto of our institute. I mean, right now our institute, although it's a very small institute, but most of the department and corresponding the courses, if you find out, and then you can figure out that all the courses are focused on the translational research, right? And that is the aim of our, I mean, institute is that to make the, I mean, pupil or the student so that they are ready for whatever they have the, I mean, their aim for their future career, or I mean, if somebody wants to go for industry, if somebody go for some higher education, or somebody wants to do start their startup, I mean, incubation center facilities also in our lab, in our institute currently is, I mean, starting. So all those facilities is there in our institute. So I mean, in that kind of term, I mean, what I realized that your research work, what you presented today, that is a very, I mean, nice. It will be helpful for even the student who are currently staying, I mean, working in our, I mean, group or in our institute. And also, my point is that in your research field, there is two different segment. If I see, one is the material, piezoelectric material, or whatever the triboelectric material. Another is that you assemble or you fabricate those materials to generate a electronics or device, right? So
yes, yes.
in your research work, which one you think the most important factor here? I mean, is it the material, or it is the fabrication of the device, or both? Both is important.
Both is important here, because fabrication, different fabrication also, device fabrication is too much important.
I see.
Because then we can increase the output performance based on the materials and based on the device fabrication. Generally, bio-stabilized material, they generally provided the still now low output power.
I see.
So that's why it is a big problem for bio-stabilized material. If we consider non-bio-based material like PVD-based material, like another electric ceramic or any other material, crystalline material we can use to devise the fabrication, then we can get huge amount of power. So device fabrication as usual, material also too much important to increase the efficiency or to increase the power of the piezoelectric management.
Yes. And so, I mean, both field, I mean, is equally important. So people
Yes,
who are working from the, I mean, material science background, their, I mean, contribution also necessary. At the same time, the people who are working in the from the electronics background, electronics or instrumental background,
yes,
their contribution also
too much
important.
important.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, So both is very important thing in this. Actually, that is the kind of, I mean, the motto what, I mean, we are, I mean, also trying to develop in our interdisciplinary center actually.
Interdisciplinary research. So
Yeah, yeah. In our institute also
device
interdisciplinary group, we
fabrication
are also
and
trying that kind of
application
facilities.
measurement for purpose. So electronics materials is important and device fabrication purpose material for people is important.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't want to keep you waiting for more long time. And whether if there is no other questions is not there. I mean, so finally, I would like to first give a big thanks to, I mean, thank you to you and for all the, I mean, accomplishment, whatever you have done. I also, I mean, hope that in near future you can, I mean, make a commercialize those stuffs. I mean, just interesting, I mean, stuffs. And also, I mean, someday, I mean, I can meet with you in our institute when you visit, I mean, India in near future. After, of course, after this Corona pandemic. I mean, not this time. So, I mean, right now we are facing I mean, a big, I mean, great crisis of the whole over the world. So, before that, I also like to, before to finish this meeting, I would like to thank all the participants and attendees, whoever was here and still now is continuing or listening our presentation or your talk and whatever. I mean, all those attendees, I will request them that please, I mean, if you have interest for this kind of work, you can directly contact with Dr. Maiti. I mean, you can very easily find out him from by simply googling. And also, if you have interest, and you can also, I mean, show your, I mean, interest in our institute. That is also a research-based institute, mainly focusing on research. And I don't want to say anything or anything is regards. No, it's fine. So I would like to finish here, right? Thank you, Dr.
I am very much thankful to Dr. Subhankar Singh for this kind of arrangement, and I am also too much interested to work with your institute if some collaboration happens with you or with your another colleagues.
Sure,
So
sure.
hope so we will meet again this kind of conversation, and when I will definitely I will visit your institute and I will give a lecture in front of
Yeah, our esteemed faculties, they are, I mean, also highly, I mean, professional and they are trained. So it will be a great, I mean, opportunity for us also if we can have you in our institute. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very
And
much. Okay.
bye. I would like to finish this one here.
Okay, thank you.